It is the 2nd of June, and I've been asked to define the rights of liberty. What do I mean when I talk about our rights of liberty? What did Patrick Henry mean when he said, "Give me liberty or give me death"? Well, he certainly knew what death meant, but what did he mean by liberty? What was there in the meaning of liberty that Thomas Jefferson had included it in the Declaration of Independence, in which we declared our independence from the government of England to declare our independence? What did he mean when he said that its purpose was to give us life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness? What did Jefferson mean when he said from time to time the tree of liberty must be watered by the blood of tyrants and patriots? Does it require us fighting forever for these rights that we hold inherent and separate from our government? We fought a great civil war in which thousands and thousands and thousands of our boys died in this fruitless war. And then here again we are today. Is that what we want to repeat? That we again began to splinter asunder in this nation? What did James Madison mean when he wrote the Bill of Rights? The first thing that Congress did in its first sitting was to enact the Bill of Rights, which fairly quickly became the law of the land. Now, what did he mean? In other words, was the Bill of Rights, did that include all of our rights of liberty? Well, he said certainly not. He said that the 9th and 10th Amendments preserve to the people in the states those residual rights. So, since that time, the Supreme Court has talked about liberty several times, but it has never given the Declaration of Independence precedent as law, as being governing law. It came close in Griswold versus Connecticut, which extended the right of privacy essentially for reproductive rights, contraceptive rights, particularly for women. It found that in the penumbra of the Constitution overall, there had to be a right of privacy, and so ruled the court. And so the court has followed that generally ever since. But the problem is that we live with a government that is increasingly encroaching upon our privacy. So if we have the right of privacy on one hand, do we have the right of privacy on the other? Now, in Griswold versus Connecticut, Justice Goldberg, he quoted, he said, "I do agree that the concept of liberty protects these personal rights that are fundamental and is not confined to the specific terms of the Bill of Rights." And he then quotes James Madison for that principle. So that's the world we live in today. Now, what we need to do and understand is that liberty is a dangerous force. It is powerful. I mean, it exploded and it created our nation, but it can explode and destroy our nation as well. So what I propose today, my message today, June the 2nd, is that we engage in a great debate between now and November, and that this debate includes the future of our nation, but essentially it asks, do we vote for the Voters' Bill of Rights or not? Yes or no? That could be on the ballot in November. It would be a fun, humongous undertaking. But the concept of voting on the Bill of Rights can be just as easily and quickly done digitally on the internet. And that is my proposition. Can that occur in this country today? I imagine a spontaneous movement by the young people of this country, led by the young people who have this more magnificent ability to communicate with each other. And that they created and they imagined this movement, but that it is directed and its fundamental organization by the women of America, and that so that they can ensure that it is kept peaceful and directed toward the goals of the movement, and that is to express our rights of liberty. We have our rights of liberty, and parallel with our rights of liberty is our consent to be governed. In other words, we originally gave up a certain amount of our freedom, of our liberty to be governed. But that is also fragile, along with liberty, and that is a revocable type granting. In other words, we can revoke our consent to be governed at any time. And that's what brings me to the end of what I wanted to say today, because I want to imagine something, and that's what I'm doing. I'm imagining this movement, but what I'm also saying is that what we need is a personhood of liberty, something that we can, it's not an organization, it's not something that has officers or anything else. It is just that we, the people of the United States, are a personhood of liberty, and that we exercise and defend our rights of liberty, and that we preserve and enforce our consent to be governed. That this is a dynamic and powerful force that cannot be taken for granted. And with that, on a happier note, I'm off to take care of the business of my day, and this has probably drawn on longer than I intended, but it is essentially my thoughts of this day. And they are, in my imagination, more pleasant than the realities we also face. But we must do so maturely and with faith and confidence in our ability as a people. We are just simply magnificent, as are all the people in this world. But we have the ability to learn from our mistakes, and hopefully we have done that, and that we can come together and produce something that will be enduring and quite wonderful in this world we live upon and in the universe we inhabit.